picked up an LG 4K OLED TV. This is the 55C6P. This is the curved version. They do sell a flat one, but I went with this because it has 3D and 2D to 3D conversion, and spending this much, I did not want to feel like I was missing out on anything. I do prefer the flat screen, but with the curved screen, you don't really notice it at all. It's not bad at all. So, this is a 4K TV. It's 120 hertz. It does do 4K 60 frames per second with USB, streaming content, and HDMI. It has several different settings for movies, for gaming, for PC inputs. The interface is extremely snappy. It kind of works like a Wiimote with a pointer system. You can select all your settings, and it does have a voice search option that works really well. This TV has 3 HDMI ports, 3 USB, and composite inputs. These LG TVs also have 2 different kinds of HDR, so they have Dolby Vision and HDR10. Both are being utilized by different services right now, and it's not really clear which one is going to be the dominant one in the future. So this TV has both, and they're both really great. HDR allows for more color to show through, so the reds look more red, the yellows look more yellow without being oversaturated. It's kind of like if you've ever seen somebody professionally light something in front of you. It also allows for more contrast in the lighting, so the brights can be brighter, the darks can be darker, but then you'll see detail in the light and in the shadows. So something can be dark and still have detail that you can see in the shadows without being completely black. What really sets these TVs apart is the contrast. The OLED TVs are the only ones that have pure black pixels. There's no lighting in them at all when you get to the darkest point on the TV. The colors and brights are a lot more vibrant, and they really pop against the really dark darks. Seeing it in the store, these are easily the best picture. There's so much notable difference between the other TVs around. It's definitely the best picture you can buy. There are TVs that are more expensive, but they're a lot more expensive, and this is really the best picture you can get. So I upgraded to 4K because I'm using it mostly as a PC monitor, and it's working really great. I didn't want to miss out on any detail that I could use, so I wanted to try this out, and it's really stunning. It does do 4K at 60 frames per second, and it also does 1440 at 60 frames per second, so you can use current video cards to render that out. You do have to set custom settings, but it does work. And once you have it set up as a custom setting, the 4K mode will downscale to 1440. It does take a little bit of work, but it does work. Having this image quality brings new life to old games. It's really fun to play through, and older games can run at 4K on current cards. I've not run into any issue with image retention. I know that was a big fear about OLED TVs, but LG seems to have ironed out a lot of the issues from the earlier models. So I haven't run into any problems with it. It's working great. I use it as a PC monitor, and the graphics appear to retain on the screen. I haven't had any problems with input lag either. I mean, it's not the best, but it's really good. I can play sort of timing puzzles and rhythm-based puzzles, and I haven't had any issue with input lag. So I have seen TVs that do have problems with that, so I know what to look out for, and it's not a problem at all with these TVs. If you're extremely competitive, it might be an issue, but if you're looking for the best image quality, I think this is it. There's an enormous amount of settings and customization options you can set. There's cinematic viewing modes and gaming modes and a bunch of different contrast settings that you can go through. I think it does have to be calibrated to get the best picture. It doesn't really work amazingly right out of the box, but once you get it set, it's really amazing just by upping the backlight and the contrast. There are sort of HDR fake modes that can kind of simulate it, but there's a lot of HDR content coming out now that does take advantage of it. A lot of sort of streaming content is using it, and you can use it from USB files, and current consoles are starting to take advantage of it. So in the future, 4K and HDR content will be more available and easier to get. The premium here also includes really great upscaling, so 1080 images look really great. Sub HD content, not so much, but 1080 to 4K look excellent. So, should you get one? Sure, It's incredibly expensive, it really is, but it is the best picture you can get right now. It is noticeably better than anything else I've seen in the stores, and I don't think you're missing out on anything. So if you're ready to make that kind of purchase, yeah, I do think it's worth it.